Live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center in Ocala, Florida, this is the 2021 United States Pro Kart Series on the EKN Radio Network.
And we are back live at Ocala Gran Prix in beautiful Ocala, Florida, for trackside with the United States Pro Kart Series Southern Grand Prix. The weekend finale events on tap for this afternoon. Coming up, those big 22-lap main events on tap. The first of which will be Timmy Tech KA100 Junior. KA100 Junior starting lineup is number 856, Jeremy Fletcher on the pole. On the outside pole, number 849, Noah Baker. In row 2, number 831, Austin Jers, and number 894, Sebastian Weldon. In row 3, number 888, Danny Deshelsky. And number 829, Parker DeLong. In row 4, number 827, Chase Hand, and number 899, Cameron Brinkman. In row 5, number 807, Helio Mesa, and number 810, Beckham Chassir. In row 6, number 826, Stephen Miller, alongside number 833, Xander Reed. In row 7, number 844, Matthew Carlesso, alongside number 877, Spencer Conrad. In row 8, it'll be Oliver Cunningham and Fernando Luque. Row 9, Colin Hayes and Ava Dobson. Row 10, Jake Walker and James Overbeck. Row 11, Graham Trammell and Emma Kate Scarborough. In row 12, Cooper Shipman and Drew James. Row 13, Cameron Reed and E.J. Tamayo. Row 14, Mateo Naranjo and G3 Arguros. In row 15, Mason Walters and Vincent Carfiro. Row 16, Ryan Miller and Anthony Rivera. Row 17, Braden Robertson and Davis Cunningham. Row 18, Grayson Upchurch III and Max Schweid. Row 19, Grayson Schobert and Cameron Steller. And in row 20, Joey Friend and Abby Adams. And that is your starting lineup for the 22-lap main event. Once again, the United States Pro Kart Series presented by MG Tires, Miami, USA East. This weekend presented by Think60.org and Comet Kart Sales alongside Ocala Gran Prix. The grids are full here in every single class this weekend. Biggest event USPKS ever hosted by a mile. 292 entries here this weekend. And the house is packed. Fields are lined up in the tram lines, headed for the start. Green, green, green. Field is clean and green through turn 1. They hit the bus stop. So far, so good. That's good. That's been a crumple zone this weekend. They've made their way through it. Turn 2 clean as well. Now turn 3. Looks good so far. The hairpin is a tricky area to navigate with 40 karts. These young drivers have done it exceptionally well. Clean through the hairpin, the tree corner, onto the showcase oval, and back down the straightaway for the first time. The number 856 of Jeremy Fletcher will show the way. Followed closely behind by Noah Baker, 2 kart lengths back to Austin Jers, Danny Deshelsky, and Chase Hand. Fletcher and Baker with about a 2 kart length lead over Jers, Deshelsky, Hand another kart length back. Just beyond Chase Hand is the 894 of Sebastian Weldon. That's your top 5. Coming around the front stretch once again, they'll complete lap number 2. Fletcher in the lead. Chase Hand in 5th, Sebastian Weldon 6th, Elio Mesa 7th, Cameron Brinkman 8th, Parker DeLong 9th, Xander Reed rounding out the top 10. single file racing action through really the whole top half of the field. Close running right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 karts. Really kind of in that lead group. Then there's a gap back to 10th place. Sander Reed and Parker DeLong working there. Noah Baker right up on the rear bumper of Jeremy Fletcher. Austin Jers just ahead of Danny Dashelski. Chase Hand, Sebastian Weldon, Elio Mesa, Cameron Brinkman, and Parker DeLong in that next group. They swing it around the showcase once again down the front straightaway. Top 4 karts starting to stretch it out a tiny bit. Just 4.5 laps into this one. 5th place being hotly contested right now. Chase Hand, Sebastian Weldon, bumper to bumper. Brinkman looks to the inside. Can't get it done. He was looking to the inside. Oh, he's going to lose a spot now. Parker DeLong taking advantage of the door shutting on Cameron Brinkman. Elio Mason not letting him by in the hairpin exchange. And that'll open the door for Parker DeLong to slide right by Cameron Brinkman. Everybody will reset and take another run at it. Top 4 karts now run bumper to bumper. Just 5 laps into this 22-lap main event. It's a 4-kart breakaway. Then we've got 2 karts. Chase Hand and Sebastian Weldon running nose to tail. Quickly catching up to that pack, though. Elio Mesa, Parker DeLong, and Cameron Brinkman. Then we've got a pretty big gap back to 10th place. Beckham Jasir is who was leading it. We'll triple check that when they come around this time and hit the scoring loop. I think Beckham was overtaken. No, he's not. He is still leading that group there in 10th. Right now, Jeremy Fletcher, though, is picking up right where he left off yesterday. That big double winner. It's always nice to start the season with a double win. It's nice to have a double win anytime, but getting the season off on the right foot is even juicier. Fletcher, Jers, Dashelski, Baker now. Noah Baker getting shuffled back to 4th. Austin Jers really dogging Jeremy Fletcher through the tight stuff. Just looking for a crease. A chink in the armor, if you will. Danny Dashelski right up on the rear bumper of Austin Jers. Austin Jers looked like he's trying to give some sort of hand signal. I'm not really sure what he's doing down the front straightaway. I think maybe he was trying to put a curse on Jeremy Fletcher. To the inside goes Jers in the tree turn. He's got the lead. Austin Jers takes over the lead from Jeremy Fletcher. He rolls through showcase and onto the front straightaway as your new leader on lap number 9. Into turn 1. He goes pretty wide there. He might want to look at readjusting his line if he's going to be the leader. Leaving that door open in turn 1 like that is a sure formula for disaster against such savvy veterans as Jeremy Fletcher. Noah Baker once again moves back into 3rd, Dashelski 4th, now Sebastian Weldon in 5th. Beyond Weldon is Elio Mesa, then Parker DeLong. They've sent Chase Hand all the way back to 8th? 9th, perhaps. It is 8 or 9 karts now in that lead string. They work through the hairpins right now. Jers with a half a kart length lead over Fletcher. Into the tree corner. Onto the oval. Helio Mesa pushing Noah Baker along through that short chute towards the grids. Dyshelski now looking to the inside of Noah Baker for third. Nothing there. Has to fall back in line. Halfway down through this 22-lap main event. To the inside goes Fletcher. He's got it back again in the hairpin. Austin Jers went plenty wide. Fletcher just turned down inside him there and took that one right back away. Jers tucks in right behind him. This time Fletcher sticks to the bottom of the track through Showcase. Onto the front straightaway. Fletcher like glue to the inside lane. Noah Baker trying to get a push from Danny Dyshelski. They're nose to tail, top 6 karts, maybe more. They head to the other side of the track. It is still Fletcher, Jers, Baker, Mesa, Weldon now trying to go around the outside. And he does not make any progress on that. Helio Mesa, side-to-side contact with Cameron Brinkman exiting the hairpin. Yellow flags waving for some reason. I don't know what it is. Not sure what's going on, but by the tree corner, there's a flag worker or corner worker waving a yellow flag, and I can't see where there's any reason to. I guess they ended that. I'm not sure what was going on with that there. From where we were standing, we couldn't see any potential hazards on the track. Fletcher brings him around once again. Austin Jers in his back pocket. 14 laps complete. Long ways to go yet. Black flag being pointed. Not sure who that was at. It was a long line of karts. Fletcher, Jers, Dyshelski, Weldon, DeLong, Baker, then DeLong. The running order right now up front. Then it's Brinkman, Mesa, and Hand. That is your top 9. Beckham Jasier is 10th, some distance back. Basically, top 9 karts are all running together on the track. 6 of them are bumper to bumper. .16 laps complete. Fletcher, Jers, Dyshelski, Weldon, Baker, DeLong, Brinkman, Mesa, and Hand. The lead pack. They swing around once again to complete 17 laps, 5 to go. A little further back through, it is Beckham Jasier 10th, Xander Reed 11th. Then another huge gap back to James Overbeck and Fernando Luque, who run together. And then another big gap back to Matthew Carlesso and Colin Hayes. Setting up to be a very exciting finish to this race here with 7 karts basically contesting for the win. They look to the inside. Dyshelski now gets inside Austin Jers. This could be bad for Jers. He's going to lose 1. He's going to lose 2. He's able to slide back in behind Weldon. Weldon swings wide in the hairpin. That's been Sebastian Weldon's move, if you will. His signature move is to swing wide in that hairpin and try to get on your outside. When you enter the next hairpin, it'll put you on the inside. He's done it all weekend. It's been pretty successful. So Austin Jers all the way back now to 5th. He was as high as 1st for a couple laps, now back to 5th. Fletcher, Weldon dives to the inside. This time, Weldon proved me wrong. He saw the opening to the inside, so he went down there. He takes 2nd away from Dyshelski. Baker 4th. Jers 5th, DeLong 6th, Brinkman, Mesa, and Hand. Down this front straightaway once again. 2 to go. 20 complete, 2 laps remain. Cameron Brinkman gets taken advantage of by Elio Mesa as he goes to the inside of Brinkman in 1. Let's focus back, though, here on the leaders. Fletcher with a 1 kart length lead. Weldon gets helped out of the way. Danny Dyshelski just moved him up the track. Dyshelski goes to 2nd. Weldon saves it enough to hold on to 3rd. DeLong 4th. Jers 5th. I'm sorry, not DeLong. Baker 4th. Jers 5th. DeLong 6th. Here they come back to the front straightaway. It'll be a white flag this time by Jeremy Fletcher with a 1.5, maybe a 2 kart length lead. We'll pick him up with the glasses on the other side. Danny Dyshelski going to have a hero move opportunity here. He's going to have to go hard and just don't know if he can get to Fletcher's bumper. He is half a kart length back, if that. Last lap, Fletcher's got it pinned to the bottom. Dyshelski's half a kart length back. Does he have any kind of a run? He is trying for sure. Fletcher, though, had him well defended, and it'll be a double checkered flag for Jeremy Fletcher as he picks up his 3rd victory of the weekend. Danny Dyshelski finishes 2nd. Sebastian Weldon 3rd. Austin Jers 4th. He makes a little bit of a recovery. Gets back by Noah Baker. Baker 5th, Parker DeLong 6th, Elio Mesa 7th, Cameron Brinkman 8th, Chase Hand 9th, Xander Reed 10th, Beckham Jasir 11th. Then it is James Overbeck, Fernando Luque, Colin Hayes, Jake Walker 15th, Cooper Shipman up 7 to 16th, Stephen Miller, Oliver Cunningham, Graham Trammell, Cameron Reed rounds out the top 20 in KA100 Junior in the main event. So Jeremy Fletcher going for the clean sweep here on the features. He's got 1 more to go as we move on. We'll see him once again in the X30 Pro Junior class. Up next, though, the Micro Swift 20-lap main event. We'll be back in a few minutes for that one.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires.
Are you ready to make the jump from karting to race cars? Then check out the top-rated Allenberg Racing Schools at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California. Led by former Formula One World Championship driver, Alan Berg. Whether you're starting a racing career, looking for a new adventure, honing your driving skills, or seeking an unforgettable experience driving the world-famous corkscrew, Our team of professional coaches and proven curriculum will provide you with everything you need to drive our race cars to the limit. Programs in 2021 include 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day schools. Successful graduates earn their certification to apply for a SCCA racing license. For schedules and more information, check out our website, allenbergracingschools.com, or call us at 888-722-3220. Custom group and corporate programs also available.
Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back trackside with Team Ferris Racing Micro Swift's main event. 20 laps the distance for the Micros. Gian Matteo Rosso on the pole position. Augustus Toniolo on the outside of row number 1. Row 2, Keelan Harvick and Isaac Melquit. Row 3, Ethan Tovo and Caleb Tarter. Row 4, Ashton Woon and Bobby Klein. Row 5, Brady Shade and Tristan Murphy. Row 6, Mateus Romalho and Maxwell Maka. Row 7, Benham Abernathy and Jaime Garcia. Row 8, Gabriel Balog and Davin Roberts. Row 9, Marco Samet and Jackson Gibson. Row 10, Paul Hart and Sawyer Chambers. Row 11, Jacob Majeski and Alessandro Truchot. Row 12, Travis Pettit and David Ramirez. Row 13, Antonio Flores and Rocco Simone. Row 14, Royce Vega and William Kim. Row 15, Lillian Scarborough and Brandon Saraki. Row 16, Tyrone Kemper Jr. and Marco Romero. Row 17, Stephanie Miller and Augustin Moreno. Row 18, Martin Ramirez and Lucas Palacio. Row 19, Jackson Tovo and Mateo Franco Ruggiero. And in row 20, Phaeton Saradpan. 20 laps for the Micro Swift. These are the youngest, the 7 to 10-year-old kids. Don't let them fool you. What they lack in age, they make up for in savvy and skill beyond their years. Rosso and Toniolo on the front row. They are in the tram lines. Lanes are lined up. So far, so good. No start that time. They'll send him around once again. Give him another formation. Lap. It'll take them just 30 seconds or so to make their way back around to the start. Another reminder that if you have a rental transponder, please return those. They will be collecting them at the scale house. If you forget or don't make it through the scale house, please take it to the series trailer. But they need all those rental transponders back or you'll be buying them. And they are very, very expensive. They get pricier every day. All right, Micro's back in line again. Once again, Rosso and Toniolo. Green, green, green this time. Field of 40 Micros is underway. Clean and green through turn 1. The bus stop collection point looks pretty good. One cart getting spun at the back. I think that was a single cart accident. Yep. That cart spins around and continues on. Looks like the rest of the field making its way around for the first circuit without an incident. And the leaders make their way back onto the front stretch. And it will be Rosso, followed by Keelan Harvick and Ethan Tovo. Augustus Toniolo gets shuffled back to fourth. Work through the hairpin corners. Still going to be Rosso and Harvick. Side-by-side racing action. No, Tovo makes his way forward. Ethan Tovo picks up a spot. He'll go to third. He'll relegate Augustus Toniolo. Right back to where he was the last time they crossed the line. Toniolo goes back to the inside, though. He wants that third position. He's got it again. Number 10, Gian Mateo Rosso showing the way over young Mr. Harvick in the number 62. Toniolo is third. Ethan Tovo fourth, 72. Isaac Malquit is fifth. Caleb Tarter is sixth. He is in the blue number 55. He's a few kart lengths back from Malquit and just ahead of the 89 of Ashton Woon. Toniolo swings way wide in the tree corner. Tovo gets up alongside him, but thinks better of it and lets him go and get back in line. Front of the field, 5 karts jammed up right now. Rosso and Harvick, Toniolo, Tovo, and Malquit. 2 kart lengths back to Tarter, 3 maybe. Then another 2 more to Ashton Woon. Then a big gap to Bobby Klein. Beyond Bobby Klein, it's Brady Shade, Tristan Murphy, Benham Abernathy, and Mateus Romalo. Action up front. Keelan Harvick goes to the front. He'll take Augustus Toniolo with him. Rosso back to third. Tovo still fourth. Malquit fifth. Ashton Woon is now overtaken Caleb Tarter for sixth. Little off-track excursion there. It's a Burrell Art cart number 46. Bobby Klein got 2 wheels over the curbing on the exit of the tree corner. That cost him a couple spots, at least temporarily. Brady Shade, one of them getting by. Tristan Murphy also, I believe, but he might end up giving that one back. Side by side up front once again as they work through the hairpins. Toniolo back to the front. Harvick trying to battle. Rosso third. Harvick is relentless. I will give him that. Harvick back to the front. Toniolo second. Rosso is third. Tovo fourth. Malquit fifth. Ethan Tovo and Isaac Malquit are doing everything they can. They're just staying in line there while those guys dice it up. Malquit to the inside. He'll pass Ethan Tovo in the hairpin. So Isaac Malquit up to fourth. Ethan Tovo fifth. Tovo goes back one more, but he gets that one back. He is doing battle right now with Ashton Woon. Woon is on a heater right now as he tries to work his way forward. He's picked up a few spots already. 7 complete. 8 complete, I'm sorry. 12 laps remain. A gap has developed now between 4th and 5th. Isaac Malkowit and Ethan Tovo. Directly behind Tovo is Ashton Woon and then Caleb Tarter. And then they've got a big gap back to the 65, Brady Schad. Halfway down for Keelan Harvick. Keelan Harvick still leading this one. Gian Mateo Rosso glued to his rear bumper. Isaac Malquit a cart length back. Augustus Antoniolo in 4th doing battle with Ethan Tovo. Caleb Tarter doing battle with Ashton Woon. Side by side between those two. That is for 6th and 7th. Gian Mateo Rosso in 2nd. He's right up on the rear bumper of Keelan Harvick, pushing him along. Swinging around the oval once again. They'll come to the start-finish line to complete lap number 13. No changes in the top 7 right now, or 8, or 9 for that matter. 9th place, Alessandro Truchot. He runs by himself. Big gap beyond Truchot. Benham Abernathy, Jaime Garcia, Davin Roberts running together there. Just outside the top 10. Quick time of the race, Alessandro Truchot, currently shown in 9th place. Five to go. Ethan Tovo just went purple, 41.468 for Tovo. Currently in 5th position. Going to get interesting here at the end, I think, between Keelan Harvick, Gian Matteo Rosso, and maybe Isaac Malquit. Sort of felt like Rosso was every bit as quick as Harvick, maybe quicker. He's frequently pushing him. Oh, he dives to the inside this time, entering the oval. Rosso does in that number 10. He goes to the front. Harvick will dive to the inside, I guarantee it, and he does, just like he does every time. Rosso has got to learn to keep that door shut if he wants to maintain that spot. Harvick has gone to the inside every single time he's been passed in turn 1, and for good reason, because it works. That time he took Isaac Malquit back with him through, and now Rosso back to 3rd. Augustus Antoniolo is 4th, Ethan Tovo 5th. Those two have been running together for what seems like years. Back onto that straightaway, Harvick now with a 1 kart length lead. Keelan Harvick goes purple, 41.454 that time. That time he was getting towed across the line. Three karts now, nose to tail up front. Harvick, Malquit, and Rosso, they come through the tree corner. Working lap number 18. It'll be 2 to go this time by. Harvick sticks to the inside through the hairpins. Malquit right up to his rear bumper, but can't get position on him. Out of the hairpins, Harvick maintains. Rosso comes off the tree corner every time, and he pushes. He goes to the inside of Malquit. Gian Matteo Rosso to 2nd. White flag. Harvick down to the bottom. Rosso right behind him. Rosso, I believe, is quicker than he is. He just cannot get an angle on him, then hold it. Rosso had to basically lift at the end of the straightaway so he didn't run Harvick over. Harvick sticks to the bottom, entering the first hairpin. Rosso right behind him. Malquit on Rosso's rear bumper. Touch wheels. Rosso trying to get by. He gets into the back of Harvick. It costs him a spot. Isaac Malquit gets around him. Malquit now tries to swing high and cross down, get underneath on the front straightaway as they come to the checkers. Keelan Harvick, though, with a good run. He'll pick up the victory on that last lap. If there was any chance that Harvick wasn't going to win that, I think Gian Matteo Rosso was the guy that beat him. And Rosso got into the back of him by the tree turn, and that pretty much ended Rosso's run to the front. Isaac Malquit finishes 2nd, Augustus Toniolo 3rd, Rosso 4th, Ethan Tovo 5th, Ashton Woon 6th, Caleb Tartar 7th, Alessandro Truchot 8th, Brady Shade 9th, Benham Abernathy 10th. By the way, Alessandro Truchot up 14 spots to 8th. Nice move up for Truchot. Tristan Murphy 11th, Marco Romero up 20 spots to 12th. Nice run for Marco. Davin Roberts 13th, Jaime Garcia 14th, Maxwell Maka 15th, Mateus Romalho 16th. Bobby Klein is 17th, Gabriel Balog 18th, Marco Sam at 19th, and Travis Pettit rounds out the top 20 in Micro Swift. Just beyond that, Jackson Tovo up 17 spots to 21. Lucas Palacio up 15 to 22. Antonio Flores, Jacob Majeski, and Rocco Simone finishes 25th. So nice run there for Harvick, Malquit, Tenolio, and Rosso and Tovo. That'll do it with our Micro Swift main event for today. Up next at 3:37, 5 minutes from now, KA100 Senior 22-lap main event.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. If you're searching for a program to elevate you in the motorsports ladder, Crosslink Competition is your next step. Crosslink Competition provides arrive and drive programs that include driver coaching, data analysis, and an engine rental program for all major events in the 2021 season. Team Crosslink is scheduled to compete at the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour, Rock Cup USA, and the United States Pro Kart Series events, along with regional and local programs from their home base in Texas. Crosslink Competition is a full retail shop for the X30 chassis and OTK kart parts. Many new and used packages are available right now through their Dallas headquarters. For drivers interested in making the jump from karting to cars, Crosslink provides a streamlined opportunity for you. Team Crosslink and Kiwi Motorsports is a championship-winning operation in the F4 United States Championship program, providing the perfect transition within the same. Drivers looking to compete with the elite level karting program or pick up gently used team equipment are asked to call 214-432-4413. Be sure to follow them on all social media platforms at Team Crosslink. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Mike Doty Racing, KA100 Senior. Alex Bertignoli on the pole in the 904. Chase Jones on the outside. Brandon Lemke, AJ Myers in row 2. Connor Zilich and Nicholas Terlecki, row 3. Arias Dugmejian and Josh Oates in row 4. Hayden Jones and Gavin Bailiff in row 5. John McCusker and Tristan Farber in row 6. Nolan Allison and Jake French in row 7. Aiden Levy and Austin Osborne in row 8. Weston Workman and James Bird in row 9. Alex Stanfield and Gia Cicero in row 10. Matthew Mockabee and Keegan Bosch in row 11. Connor Ferris and Jay Spark in row 12. Row 13, Edward Fortier and Justin White. BJ Light and Hallie Schroeder in row 14. Row 15, Adam Kreppen and Nikita Paneras. Charles Bear and Taryn Odom in row 16. Row 17, Tyler Wettengill and Zach Della. Row 18, Aaron Hockmeister-Ing and Tyler Ferris. Jacob Smith and Jake Fader in row 19, and Brooke Berry and Logan Mueller in row 20. 22 laps the distance here in KA100 Senior. Bertignoli and Jones, your front row, flanked by Lemke and Myers. Green, green, green. Inside row is going to have the go as Lemke and Burt get a good start. They looked really even when they took off, but of course when you're in the inside lane, you get a little bit of an advantage racing to the corner. And they will start out in front. Everybody makes it clean and green through the bus stop in turn 2. Turn 3 as well. Hairpin, oh, big trouble in the hairpin. Big schmozzle. Cars piling into the barriers. 991 out of the race, 902 able to restart, and it looks like they're going to be the only casualty. That looks like that's going to be the only casualty of that event. By the way, if you're looking for a place to file a protest about something, you will do that in Tech. Tech is where you go to have any concerns about something that happened on the track. Coming around, final corner onto the straightaway. Bertignoli in the lead. He's got Chase Jones right behind him. Brandon Lemke is third. AJ Myers fourth. Top 3 carts got separation. Pass in turn 1, coming around the corner. Chase Jones takes over as your leader. Bertignoli second, Lemke third. Fourth place, the 978 of AJ Myers. Connor Zilic right behind him. That's your top 5. Nicholas Terlecki just a step back in 6th. On that front straightaway, diving to the inside is Brandon Lemke for the lead. He'll grab that back from Chase Jones in turn 1. Those 2 carts have about a 2-cart length lead over the 3rd place of AJ Myers right now. 1 cart length back from there beyond Myers. The 972 of Connor Zilic. Alex Bertignoli getting shuffled all the way back to 6th place. He was in 4th last time they crossed the line. Zilic looking down at the radio, at the carburetor. Taking a look at the carburetor, he is just ahead of Nicholas Terlecki. 4 carts really in that first group. Then we got a couple single carts. Terlecki, Bertignoli. Looks like Bailiff, I believe, is the next one. Yep, Gavin Bailiff, the next one. Then a couple car lengths back to Josh Oates He is just ahead of Hayden Jones and John McCusker. Onto the front stretch once again is Brandon Lemke. Chase Jones 1 cart length behind him. Pass up front. Pass attempt up front. It was a pass. It was A.J. Myers getting around Chase Jones to go to second. Myers now back to third. Fletcher looking to the inside of Jones. Jones gets through there, Fletcher gets through there. He'll go to third. Jones back to fourth. So it's Lemke, Myers, Fletcher, Jones, Terlecki, Bertignoli, Bailiff, Hayden Jones now getting around Josh Holtz, and then Josh Holtz and John McCusker and Tristan Farber. That's through 11th. Lemke now with a 4 cart length lead. That went quick as they were battling each other behind him. Myers has to do battle with Zilich. Zilich to the inside. He's got it. Connor Zilich now goes to second. He'll work around A.J. Myers in the hairpin. Zilich will now set his sights on Brandon Lemke. Alex Bertignoli ran quick time of the race on the last lap. Currently in 5th position. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, all running within a couple cart lengths of each other. As they come to the halfway mark, Brandon Lemke with a 7/10 of a second lead. Connor Zilich put down his best lap of the race just now, 1/10 quicker than Lemke. He's got 11 laps to make up 7/10. At the current pace, it shouldn't be a problem. Lemke always a late bloomer, though. You can say always. I would say usually a late bloomer, gets faster and faster towards the end of the race. Comes onto the front straightaway. The gap first to second was .719 last time by. Now .682. Not a significant difference. Spread out quite a bit just beyond those guys. Closest battling right now, Gavin Bailiff, Hayden Jones, Chase Jones, and Josh Holtz are busy whooping up on each other. That would be the 5th through 10th blender, also known as Margaritaville. Lemke brings him across the line. The gap now down to 4/10. Zilich goes quick again. A.J. Myers becoming a fading memory for Connor Zilich. Myers there in third, slowly drifting back. Alex Bertignoli, same situation, just holding station there in fourth. They've got an okay gap on Nicholas Terlecki and Hayden Jones. They're strung out now a little bit. Gavin Bailiff, a couple kart lengths back. Josh Holtz, a couple more. Chase Jones, 3 or 4 more beyond that. Connor Zilich goes purple. He brings the gap down to 3/10. The red mist has kicked in. Focus is 100% on the rear bumper of Brandon Lemke right now. Zilich has engaged the target. He is now within striking distance. Coming around to complete lap 16 of 22. Brandon Lemke is an old man these days in the KA Senior ranks. He's been around the block. He's had more success than many of these drivers could ever dream of. He's not going to be any kind of a pushover here for the young gun, Connor Zilich. Alex Bertignoli goes purple, quick time of the race from fourth. He's up on the rear bumper now of AJ Myers. 5 remain. Catching someone and passing someone, 2 entirely different aspects. Connor Zilich has caught Brandon Lemke. He hasn't been able to get around him yet. Lemke quicker that time by a 10th. Still Connor's right there on his bumper. Meanwhile, Alex Bertignoli has made his way around AJ Myers to take over that 3rd spot. Merlin Karts now running 1st and 3rd in KA Senior. And 5th, I might add. Nicholas Terlecki runs 5th. He leads a big group right there. It'll be 2 to go next time by for Brandon Lemke. Connor Zilich follows right in Lemke's tire tracks. Zilich to the inside in the hairpin. He completes the pass. He actually made that look super easy right there. Lemke's going to try to return the favor. He'll go to the wide side. Can't do it, though. He'll have to hold on here. It'll be 1 to go. Zilich retakes the lead. We'll see how hard Brandon Lemke wants to force this issue as they drag race to the white flag. Zilich to the inside, Lemke on the outside. Zilich with the advantage in turn 1. Lemke hops the curb, trying to jam it in there. He does get alongside. He's getting a push from Bertignoli. Zilich is going to lose 1 spot. He'll lose 2 spots. Bert goes through as well. Had to force the issue. There's no way other than that when you're on this track here and you can block so effectively. 2 karts get through. Now AJ Myers also gets through Connor Zilich. Final circuit here. They come around the oval. Now Bertignoli tries to get around his teammate, but he can't do it. Brandon Lemke takes the double checkers. Alex Bertignoli finishes second. AJ Myers third. Connor Zilic off the podium in fourth. John McCusker has a total flame out and rolls across the line, coasting. Where did he end up? He never made it to the line. AJ Myers third, Zilic fourth, Terlecki fifth, Gavin Bailiff sixth, Aiden Jones seventh, Josh Holtz eighth, Justin White ninth, Tristan Farber 10th. Outside the top 10, it's Jace Park, Chase Jones, Austin Osborne, PJ Lyda moves up 13 to 14th. Weston Workman, Keegan Bosch, Tyler Wettengill up 16 spots to 17th. Edward Fortier, Adam Kreppen up 10 to 19th. Gia Cicero is 20th. By the way, I should have noted that Justin White moved up 17 spots to crack the top 10 and finish 9th. Nice job, Justin. Matthew Maccabee, 21st. John McCusker rolls across the line, coasting in 22nd. Alex Stanfield, 23rd. Aaron Hockmeister-Ing, 24th. And James Bird is 25th. And that'll about do it for the KA Senior field. Up next is X30 Pro Junior. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors of the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Experience and passion. That's what led to the launch of AMAX Racing. Owner Charles Maxwell began AMAX Racing in 2015, expanding the operation in 2019 with a focus on driver development for drivers of all age groups and backgrounds. From top-level drivers to grassroots racers or families looking for a team that will help them achieve their goals, AMAX Racing can guide you with the absolute best trackside service at affordable prices. No matter the chassis, AMAX Racing welcomes you and has the experience to put you on the top of the podium. You can join the AMAX Racing family at the WK Manufacturers Cup Series, Route 66 Sprint Series, and local events around the Indianapolis area. The operation is also set to compete at the Rock the Rio and SCUSA Super Nationals later this season. For more information, contact them at 317-437-5886 or find them on Facebook. AMAX Racing, all of your karting needs under 110. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back trackside, getting ready to start our X30 Pro Junior main event. X30 Pro Junior presented by Rollison Performance Group. Your pre-final winner and pole sitter in X30 Pro Junior is Paul Bocuse. Starting alongside him will be Jeremy Fletcher. In row 2, it'll be Noah Baker and Logan Toke. KA100 in row 3 alongside Austin Jers. Row 4, Cameron Brinkman and Jorge Ortiz. Row 5, Jack Jeffers and Christian Miles. Row 6, Marcelo Pinacilla and Cameron Weinberg. Row 7, Jacob Kolar and Max Garcia. Row 8, Michael Costello and Rowan Gill. Row 9, Sebastian Weldon and Parker DeLon. Row 10, Jake Walker and Aiden Rudolph. Row 11, Leonardo Escorpioni and Xander Reed. Row 12, Ivana Richards and Tom Shoecraft III. Row 13, Lucas Zabo and Danny Deshelsky. Row 14, Sam Corey and Julian DaCosta. Row 15, Justin Hadokonis and Ava Dobson. Row 16, Cameron Reed and Aiden Lorenko. Row 17, Lovisa Landon and Cooper O'Clair. Row 18, Noah Rosser and Cooper Beasley. Row 19, Stephen Miller and Aiden Ingrata. In row 20, Jacob Lauder and Frankie Mossman. That is your starting lineup for the 22-lap X30 Pro Junior main event. Starting grid coming to the line right now. They're going to send him around once again. All right, here they come down the front straightaway once again, and this time we are green. X30 Pro Junior is on the way. They have sent it into turn 1. Clean and green through 1. The field will work through the bus stop. Tends to be a bit of a choke point there. Everybody made it through, though, and then into turn 2. Now the hairpin in turn 3, the next choke point. Looks like everybody continues to roll through there. That's a good sign. Paul Bocuse in the 771. He was your pole sitter, and he'll be the leader when they come onto the straightaway for the first time. One cart gets turned around into the infield. That's the 791, but he gets restarted as well. Bocuse is your leader. I think that's Fletcher right behind him. Noah Baker in third. Kiki Jaramillo in fourth. Logan Toke in fifth. A little bit of a gap then to the 731 of Austin Jers. Made his way around Jorge Ortiz. And the leaders will come back to the front straightaway once again. Baker getting around the outside of Jeremy Fletcher. Noah Baker will go to second. Bocuse, Baker, Fletcher, Jaramillo, Toke, and Jers, how they run right now. Toke getting around Jaramillo in the hairpin. Back onto the oval once again and to the straightaway. 22 laps the distance here today. We are 3 laps into this one. Big battle playing out. Oh, big trouble. One cart hops the wheel on the other, and that's Logan Toke up against the exterior barriers in turn 2. He and Kiki Jaramillo were side by side battling each other through the bus stop and into turn 3, and Toke just was the one that ended up on the raw end of it. They touched wheels at some point, and he ends up hopping and getting turned around and backed into the barriers. He is back underway once again, though. Happened way on the other side of the track, but I would look kind of like a racing incident from here. Long ways away, though. Meanwhile, Paul Bocuse still leads this one. Noah Baker right behind him. Jeremy Fletcher in tow. Several kart lengths back beyond that. That's the 707 of Christian Miles, who's on a tear here. He's up 5 spots to 4th. Miles had a great run yesterday and kind of fizzled out at the end. He made some passes. He got hung up behind some guys who were doing their best to hold the line tight and fell victim to the old, if you don't pass the guy in front of you, the ones behind you are going to run you over. And they ran him over, unfortunately, with a couple laps to go. So he ended up losing a handful of spots towards the closing laps, which kind of soured the end of a really good-looking run for Miles. Today is a new day, though, and he's got another good-looking run going here in 4th, and he's got nothing but daylight in front of him between himself and Jeremy Fletcher, who currently runs 3rd. Miles just put in his best lap of the day, 39.215. Taking a look at what the leaders are running, 39.3s for the leaders. And he's got a lot of ground to make up already, though. Them guys up front start slicing and dicing, though they'll give him some hope. They'll let that gap close up. Meanwhile, Miles continues to pull away from 5th place, Cameron Weinberg. Weinberg in that 787. He is now ahead of Jorge Ortiz, who's lost a couple spots recently. Jaramillo, though, one of them that he gained. Still Bocuse, Baker, and Fletcher. Miles is slowly but surely chipping away at him. 39 flat for Christian last time by, 3/10 quicker than the group in front of him. He is pulling away from the ones behind him, including Cameron Weinberg, Jorge Ortiz, Kiki Jaramillo, another one who's very quick right now. 9 laps complete. Long, long ways to go here in this race. Kind of scroll back through them this time. Jack Jeffers is in 6th, Cameron Brinkman 7th, Marcelo Panacea in 8th, Austin Jurors 9th, Max Garcia is 10th. Then it's Rowan Gill, Jacob Kolar, Aiden Rudolph, Parker DeLong, Sebastian Weldon in 15th, Aiden Ingrata up 22 spots to 16th. Jake Walker up 2 spots to 17th, Sam Corey up 9. Leonardo Escorpione, Justin Ataconis, 20th. Cameron Reed, 10th. Frankie Mossman up 18 spots to 22nd. Dina Dushelski, Julian DaCosta, Xander Reed, Noah Rosser, Cooper O'Clair, Aiden Lorenko, Cooper Beasley, Lovisa Landon is 30th. Christian Miles, quick time of the race. Last time by, 38:7:29. From 4th position, Jeremy Fletcher now drifting back a little bit in 3rd from those 2 leaders, Bocuse and Baker. It was halfway last time by as they come to 12 laps complete. Thirteen laps complete. Up front, still Paul Bocuse, Noah Baker right behind him. Jeremy Fletcher has drifted back a few kart lengths. Christian Miles continues to go purple as he turns the fastest laps of the race. Closing in on Fletcher. He's got a ways to go yet. He's got 8 laps to do it in. Still looking for transponders from Beckham Jasir, Luke Powers, and Ruben Cherez, and Tyler Wettengel. Need those rental transponders back yet. Bocuse and Baker. Fletcher, a couple of kart lengths back. Losing their draft. Miles going to catch him, though. Cameron Weinberg turning some of his best laps of the day in 5th. Weinberg just ahead of Cameron Brinkman. Actually, now Austin Jur's in between those two. Five to go. Christian Miles is pretty much there. Once he gets there to Jeremy Fletcher, they'll probably be able to work together to catch right back up to those leaders. Just using Miles' speed. $18 complete. Noah Baker playing this one smart from second there. He knows that trying to attack right now isn't going to help the situation. He'll just let those other karts catch back up again and make it a 4-kart battle for the lead instead of 2. Coming to the line, 2 to go for Paul Bocuse. He's led this one from the get-go. He was your pole sitter. Noah Baker is a kart length behind him. Fletcher and Miles are too far out of it now to be a concern. It's going to come down to Noah Baker and Paul Bocuse. In fact, Paul Bocuse now has a 3-car length lead, or at least a 2-car length lead as they come to the line to the white flag. Who is it going to be? Bocuse is in the best spot he's been all day right now. He's further ahead of Baker than he's been in the whole race. Through the hairpins. This is the final circuit. Baker a kart length and a half behind him. Fletcher not in the picture anymore. He's just dealing with Christian Miles. Miles trying to get to that podium. He's going to be oh so close. Not good enough though. Double checkered flags in the air for Paul Bocuse as he takes home the victory in X30 Pro Junior. Noah Baker anticlimactic at the end. I thought we'd have a 4-kart battle for the finish, but Noah Baker, nothing left in the tank. He'll finish second. Jeremy Fletcher third. Christian Miles uses it up to get to fourth. Cameron Weinberg up 7 spots to fifth. Austin Jur's sixth. Cameron Brinkman seventh. Jack Jeffers eighth. Rowan Gill ninth. Max Garcia is 10th. Outside the top 10, it's Jacob Kolar 11th. Aiden Ingrata 26 positions improved to 12th. Parker DeLong, 13th. Aiden Rudolph, 14th. Leonardo Scorpioni, 15th. Sebastian Weldon, 16th. Justin Adakonis, 17th. Jake Walker, 18th. Sam Corey, 19th. And Danny Deshelsky rounds out the top 20 in X30 Pro Junior. And that'll do it for that one. We'll clean this mess up and we'll be back with X30 Masters in a moment.
You're You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires.
Are you ready to make the jump from karting to race cars? Then check out the top-rated Allenberg Racing Schools at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, led by former Formula One World Championship driver Alan Berg. Whether you're starting a racing career, looking for a new adventure, honing your driving skills, or seeking an unforgettable experience driving the world-famous corkscrew, our team of professional coaches and proven curriculum will provide you with everything you need to drive our race cars to the limit. Programs in 2021 include 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day schools. Successful graduates earn their certification to apply for a SCCA racing license. For schedules and more information, check out our website, allenbergracingschools.com, or call us at 888-722-3220. Custom group and corporate programs also available.
If you're searching for a program to elevate you in the motorsports ladder, Crosslink Competition is your next step. Crosslink Competition provides arrive and drive programs that include driver coaching, data analysis, and an engine rental program for all major events in the 2021 season. Team Crosslink is scheduled to compete at the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour, Rock Cup USA, and the United States Pro Kart Series events, along with regional and local programs from their home base in Texas. Crosslink Competition is a full retail shop for the Xpree chassis and OTK kart parts. Many new and used packages are available right now through their Dallas headquarters. For drivers interested in making the jump from karting to cars, Crosslink provides a streamlined opportunity for you. Team Crosslink and Kiwi Motorsports is a championship-winning operation in the F4 United States Championship program, providing the perfect transition within the same. Drivers looking to compete with the elite-level karting program or pick up gently used team equipment are asked to call 214-432-4413. Be sure to follow them on all social media platforms at Team Crosslink. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Next up, Speed Concepts Racing X30 Masters, their main event. Your pole sitter and pre-final winners, Scott Kopp, will start from the front alongside Scott Roberts. Row 2, Danny Robertson and Laurencio Mardan. Row 3, Mario Barrios and John Robichaux. Row 4, Robert Mayer and David Galogna. Row 5, Jonathan Silva and Christian Bomir. Row 6, Alex Mueller and Salvatore Sparacio. Row 7, Glauber Granera and Paul Montopoli. Row 8, Connor Hare and Kim Carapoletti. Row 9, Logan Cozy and Paul Meese. Row 10, Flip Rodriguez and Miguel Meyer. Row 11, Greg Leahy and Gordon Cameron. Row 12, Scott Carapoletti and Adam Pettit. And in row 13, Kevin Coy and Ruben Cherez. Scott Kopp and Scott Roberts making up the front row here in Speed Concepts X30 Masters. They coast around the oval here at Ocala and come on to the front straightaway. Make their way into the tram lines, looking for a nice clean start. First time by. So far, so good. Green, green, green. Scott Kopp will have the advantage into turn one from the inside. Scott Roberts able to cross over and slot in right behind him as they hit the bus stop. And the bus stop hits back. A couple of carts doing a little off-track excursion there. I think everybody's back on and moving once again. And we'll come back to the line for the first time. And it'll be Scott Kopp, Scott Roberts, Danny Robertson, and Mario Barrios up front. Kopp will bring him around. He's got a 2-cart length lead. Scott Roberts is going to lose a spot to Danny Robertson. He'll go to second. The 5'11" of Barrios in fourth. Check in on those guys on the other end. They stay single file in line. 1 cart length back then to 5'13" of John Robichaux. Just behind Mario Barrios. And then it's Laurencio Mardan, I think, in 6th right now. 7th place, David Galonia. Robert Mayer in 8th. Whoa, somebody mowing the lawn big time. That's the 509. Gonna need a little 409 to get that car cleaned up. Logan Cozy going through the grass on the exit of the tree corner. Yellow flag waving in turn 2. Not sure what. I don't see anything on the track. Getting back to the front here, Scott Kopp with a 2 or 3 cart length lead over Danny Robertson already. Just 4 laps in. Coming around once again, completing lap number 5. Kopp continues to open up his lead, now half a second over Danny Robertson. Robertson is busy. He's got Scott Roberts right behind him. Mario Barrios right there as well. John Robichaux, Laurencio Mardan, David Galonia. Robert Mayer all stacked up right there. Scott Kopp bringing him around again, leading this thing wire to wire so far. 8 laps complete. He's just getting faster. Danny Robertson drifting back just ever so slowly in that second spot. He is being dogged by Scott Roberts. John Robichaux now up into 4th. Mario Barrios is 5th. We have the unofficial X30 Junior money winners. I think this is unofficial pending tech clearing, but the money winners in X30 Pro Junior pending the clearing of tech. First place, Jeremy Fletcher. Second, Paul Bocuse. And third place, Cameron Weinberg. So Jeremy Fletcher, Paul Bocuse, Cameron Weinberg should plan on attending the money presentation tonight to pick up their checks. That is pending the completion of tech. Ten laps complete now. Danny Robertson seems to have freed himself of his challengers for the time being. Running on his own now in second. John Robichaux third. Mario Barrios fourth. Scott Roberts has slipped back to 5th. David Galonia 6th. Laurencio Mardan 7th. He has worked his way around Laurencio. Robert Mayer 8th. Alex Mueller 9th. Salvatore Sparacio is 10th. Halfway for Scott Kopp. Two more races to go today following the Masters main event, the Mini Swift main event, and the X30 Pro final. Pass for third place. Pair of RPG carts, slicing and dicing. I believe that's the 511 of Mario Barrios moving up a spot. He takes it away from John Robichaux in the hairpins. Danny Robertson putting in some of his best laps. 38.59 last time by. Scott Kopp, his best lap, 38.59.9. So close between those two in their lap times. Kopp with an 0.8 of a second lead right now. Translates into about 4 or 5 kart lengths on the track. Kopp, Robertson, Barrios, and now Mardan. Mardan making his way around Scott Roberts as well. Negative. Not the case. I lied. The sun was in my eyes. It's Scott Roberts. $18 laps complete as Scott Kopp brings him to the line. Danny Robertson 1 second back. Mario Barrios another second back. Seems to be just a battle of attrition now here in the top 10. John Robichaux is 5th behind Scott Roberts. David Galonia 6th. Laurencio Mardan 7th. Rob Mayer 8th. Salvatore Sparacio 9th. Adam Pettit is 10th. Take a quick second here as we get into the waning laps of this event to remind everybody about our next event. The flyers should have been in all the driver packets, but our next race, the Heartland Grand Prix at Newcastle Motorsports Park, April 29th to May 2nd. So about a month and a half from now, we'll be at Newcastle for the Heartland Grand Prix. Follow that up with the Badger State Grand Prix at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, July 8th through 11th. That's right between the Infinity race there and the Cup race. And we will be wrap it all up at GoPro Motorplex in October. White flag in the air for Scott Kopp. He's led it wire to wire, 1.2 seconds ahead right now. I think everything's over but the shouting. Danny Robertson 1.1 seconds back. Mario Barrios 3/4 of a second back from Danny. Second and a half back to Scott Roberts. Coming off the oval for the final time, double checkered flag in the air for the number 1 of Scott Kopp. Gives the old number 1 on the fairing a nice little love tap, reminding everybody why he's got the 1 on it. Danny Robertson comes home 2nd, Mario Barrios 3rd, Scott Roberts 4th, John Robichaux is 5th, Laurencio Mardan 6th, David Galonia 7th, Rob Mayer 8th, Salvatore Sparacio is 9th. Alex Mueller 10th, Adam Pettit 11th, Scott Carapoletti, Christian Vomir, Kim Carapoletti, Glauber Granero, Paul Montopoli, Connor Hare, and Logan Cozy, the last man standing in X30 Masters. That'll wrap that one up. We got a kart pickup or two to do, and then we'll get on with our Mini Swift main event. 20 laps for the Mini Swifts. We'll be back.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Trinity Karting Group Mini Swift on track right now for their 20-lap main event. Diego Ardiles will be your pole sitter. Ben Mayer will start alongside on the front row. Oliver Weldon and Reagan Seville in row 2. John Antonino and Enzo Vidmontieni in row 3. Ayrton Grimm and Kai Johnson in row 4. Tyler Roberts and Ava Hansen in row 5. Max Christea and Sarah Bradley in row 6. And we're underway already. Green, green, green. Through turn 1. Through the bus stop as well, it looks like. Cloud of blue smoke shrouding the shenanigans. A couple of them coming together in the hairpin. I think everybody just continued on, a little bit of bump in there, that was all. We're back onto the front straightaway, and Diego Ardiles will lead him across the line for the first time with Oliver Weldon right behind him. Two karts come together on the front straightaway. One of them, Cash Perkins, his nose cone is all whopper-jawed. The other one is, I think it is Jack Iliff. Maybe it's Oscar. I forget which one is which. I believe it's Jack was the other one involved in that. Came together right on the front straightaway and spun in front of the scoring tower. The scoring building, if you will. Ardiles brings him around once again. Weldon's going to come under attack here from Ben Mayer. He jumps to the inside. Ben Mayer, though, ran out of gas at the end of the straightaway, and Weldon just kept going. And Mayer will have to slide back into that third spot. Now Mayer jumps to the inside of Weldon. He'll get by, as will Enzo Vidmontieni. Enzo now to third. Weldon to fourth. 193 of John Antonino in fifth. And we got a little bit of a separation back to sixth place. Kai Johnson, Reagan Seville battling it out back there. Once again, they come around to complete lap number 4. Stay in line, those top 3. Working to pull away, it looks like. They're going to stay in line for now. Our D-Lace, Mayer, I don't even know why I said that. Mayer dives to the inside for the lead, and he'll grab it quite handily in the hairpin. So Ben Mayer takes over as your new leader in the 167. Our D-Lace is second. Vidmontieni is third. Fourth place is Weldon. Fifth place, Antonino. Three carts, then 2, and then follow that up with another gap in the 107 of Kai Johnson, followed by Reagan Seville and Tyler Roberts. This time Enzo Vidmontieni goes to the inside to take over that second spot. Takes that one away from our Dealies. Enzo Vidmontieni is so tall, he really puts a lot of lean in that cart while he's working through those hairpins. Ben Mayer now with about a 3-cart length lead as he comes through the tree turn. Enzo Vidmontieni behind him. Diego Ardiles, they run nose to tail, second and third. A gap back to Oliver Weldon then. He is the team leader over there in that second group, just ahead of John Antonino. Those two run together. Then there's another little gap back to the next 2 carts, Kai Johnson and Tyler Roberts. Mayer maintaining that slight lead for now. 41-33 last time by for him. Cart behind him, 41-27 on the clock. Not statistically useful information, but kind of puts things in a frame of reference. Two carts having contact on the straightaway here. They rubbed tires, made a crazy squealing noise right on the front stretch. Leaders coming around again. Mayer's going to hang number 9 on the board. Our Dealies and Weldon run together. Gets a little wild and crazy after that. Antonino, Roberts, Seville, Cristea all running together. One cart off the track into the grass up by the barriers. That is the 119. Oh, his axle is really bad. That is completely whopper-jawed. You're going to need a Wausau to get that axle out of the cart. That was Reagan Seville, I believe, that ended up, I think he was into the barriers, but I'm not positive. There was a lot of dust, and his axle has clearly suffered some sort of infarction. Halfway down. Here come the leaders once again. Things tightening up a little bit up front. Enzo Vidmontieni goes purple last time by. Closes up that gap to Ben Mayer. 11 laps complete, so just over halfway. Mayer has led the last 8 laps or so. But the pressure is on now. Enzo Vidmontiani right behind him, as is Diego Ardiles. Some reason I want to say Marco Ardigo every time I say Diego Ardiles. And if you don't know who Marco Ardigo is, why are you even here? Enzo Vidmontiani to the lead. Enzo was the big winner yesterday, looking to pick up the repeat today here in Mini. He is giving it all the lean he's got. There goes Ardiles to second. He'll work around Mayer in the tree turn, short-lived. Mayer dives back to the inside on the oval. They'll come onto the front straightaway. Mayer in second. I think we're still looking for those rental transponders from Michael Costello, Cooper Eau-Claire, and Logan Toke. Michael Costello, Cooper Eau-Claire, and Logan Toke. 14 laps complete. Ben Mayer back to the front once again. Vidmontiani holds on to second, but Mayer retakes the lead. Will show up on scoring here as they hit the line to complete 15. 5 to go. We might have a pass for the lead on every lap here through the rest of the race. Those three are running nose to tail. Ben Mayer, Enzo Vidmontiani, Diego Ardiles running in third. Black flagging off the lap traffic. Oliver Weldon well back in fourth. He is doing battle with John Antonino and Tyler Roberts. Mayer maintaining the lead. Just watching him through the hairpins here. Everything stays kosher through there and they stay in line. It'll be 3 laps to go when they come to the line this time. Enzo right on his rear bumper through the bus stop. Off turn 2 into turn 3. Half a cart length back through the hairpin. Can't quite get to Ben's bumper. It'll be 2 to go this time by. When they come to the line, they'll know that it's winding down here. Can our Ardiles help Vidmontiani get by or not? He's not even up there, really. Enzo, though, right up on the rear bumper of Ben Mayer. He's alongside him. They're side by side. Ardiles is going to get the lead here. He took advantage of the other two trying to cross each other over, and Ardiles leapt like a beast, jumped on the opportunity, and moved to the lead with 1 to go. Mayer trying to get back around in the hairpin. Montieni now up on his side. There's a drag race into Showcase through the oval. Mayer with the advantage for second, but Ardiles will take the white flag first. They head into the bus stop. Diego Ardiles, the leader. Ben Mayer glued to his rear bumper. Enzo Vitamontieni right there as well. Ardiles goes down to the bottom to hold it closed. Going 3 wide. Enzo Vitamontieni goes to the inside. Now Mayer and he are side by side into the next corner. They're 3 wide. Ben Mayer back to the front in the tree corner. Ardiles trying to wedge it in there. Now it's a drag race to the final corner. Ben Mayer has position. He has enough gap. I think he's going to be able to hold on, but maybe not. Oh, my word. Diego Ardiles pulls it off. What a victory for the number 123. Ben Mayer had led most of that race, but those 3 were glued to each other for the last 5 laps. And we knew it was going to be crazy at the end. And Diego Ben Mayer coming home second. Enzo Vitamontieni is third. Tyler Roberts fourth. John Antonino fifth. Oliver Weldon sixth. Oscar Iliff seventh. Max Christea eighth. Kai Johnson ninth. And Carson Walters finishes 10th. That was a crazy mini Swift race with a great ending there. We'll wrap it up and we'll get to our next one. We'll be back in a moment with X30 Pro.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors in the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire. Experience and passion. That's what led to the launch of AMAX Racing. Owner Charles Maxwell began AMAX Racing in 2015, expanding the operation in 2019 with a focus on driver development for drivers of all age groups and backgrounds. From top-level drivers to grassroots racers, or families looking for a team that will help them achieve their goals, AMAX Racing can guide you with the absolute best trackside service at affordable prices. No matter the chassis, AMAX Racing welcomes you and has the experience to put you on the top of the podium. You can join the AMAX Racing family at the WK Manufacturers Cup Series, Route 66 Sprint Series, and local events around the Indianapolis area. The operation is also set to compete at the Rock the Rio and SCUSA Super Nationals later this season. For more information, contact them at 317-437-5886 or find them on Facebook. AMAX Racing, all of your karting needs under 110. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back trackside. One more main event to go for this weekend, the big X30 Pro Senior, sponsored by Franklin Motorsports. Alessandro De Tullio is your pole sitter. Diego Ramos will start on the outside. In row 2, it'll be Connor Zilich and Ryan Norberg. Row 3, Matthias Ramirez and Arias Dukmejian. Row 4, Brandon Jarsakrak and Brandon Tyner. Row 5, John Burke and Hayden Jones. Row 6, Paulie Massimino and Alex Stanfield. Row 7, Weston Workman and Kiffin Simpson. Row 8, Luke Lang and Thomas Annunziata. Row 9, Luca Mars and Victor Franzoni. Row 10, Noah Harbin and Jace Park. Row 11, Lucas Facuri and Aaron Benoit. Row 12, Nathaniel Cicero and Finnegan Bailiff. Row 13, Cole Bailey and Sutter Gobble. Row 14, Colin Neal and Alan Isambard. Row 15, Michael Millardi and Andrew Chapman. Row 16, Braden Eves and Jake Hevlo. Row 17, Hao Pang Zhang and Maximilian Opolsky. Row 18, Tyler McIntyre and Logan Vaida. Row 19, Kevin Raventos and Santiago Fernandez. And in row 20, Timothy Carroll. 22 laps for X30 Pro. Alessandro De Tullio and Diego Ramos on that front row. De Tullio on the inside in the number 320. Ramos in the 303. In the tram lanes. On the way. Send it. Green, green, green. Clean and green through one. Oh, the chopping block constricts. Oh my science. There is a major schmozzle in the bus stop. Probably 10 carts in it. Most of them look like they all just ran into each other though. They're getting it sorted and some of them are restarting. Some of them are obviously not going to restart. A couple of them I guess are going to be out of the race here and they'll collect them. Officials will wait for the field to go by to come and collect the last cart. And they'll get that mess cleaned up. Meanwhile, it is Alessandro Di Tullio out front, Diego Ramos in second, Connor Zilich third, Ryan Norberg fourth. Leaders coming around to showcase right now on the front straightaway. Arias Dukmejian up to fourth, Norberg to third, Ramirez now fifth, Hayden Jones, Brandon Tyner. Single file racing through the top 10 carts right now. Still a bit of a blender a little further back. Onto the front straightaway. They'll complete lap number 4. DeTulio, Zilich, and Norberg. They run 1, 2, 3, separated basically by half a cart length each. Cart length back to Arias Dukmejian in fourth. 2 cart lengths beyond Dukmejian to Matthias Ramirez, and another 2 to Hayden Jones. Jones has got a few cart lengths ahead of Brandon Tyner, who is behind him. Brandon's got his hands full with Brandon Jarsakrak, and then a pair of Trinity carts, Luca Mars and Jace Park. Then there's a big gap back to the 382 of Nathaniel Cicero, who runs 11th. Checking back in on the leaders. DeTulio still leading. But now it's Connor Zilich in second, Norberg in third, right on his rear bumper. Norberg goes to the inside on the oval. He'll get squeezed there, and he will be able to complete the pass. He'll push Zilich through to the front. He opened the door. Zilich opened the door on DeTulio, and Norberg was able to push Zilich right through and move Zilich to the front. So now Connor Zilich and Ryan Norberg lead DeTulio. Dukmejian and Ramirez all running right together there in the top 5. Hayden Jones a little further back trying to catch up to that pack. Zilich brings him around through the tree turn once again onto the oval. He is going to complete lap number 7 when he comes to the line this time. He's got a 2-cart length lead over Norberg, who's 2 carts ahead of Dukmejian. DeTulio shuffled back to 4th. He was your pole sitter in the 320. Matthias Ramirez right behind him. Could get dangerous here if Zilich gets too much of a lead. 37.481 for Connor Zilich last time by. Quick time of the race thus far. Ryan Norberg right behind him, 3 or 4 cart lengths. Norberg is one of the best, or the best in the business, I should say. Outside the top 5, it's Brandon Tyner, Hayden Jones, your defending champion Brandon Jarsakrak, Luca Mars, and Jace Park bringing up the top 10. Beyond those guys, we've got Nathaniel Cicero, Aaron Benoit, Braden Eves, John Burke, Michael Millardi. Those of you who are new to this series may not be aware that we give away a team championship trophy at the conclusion of every season. So when they ask in registration if you have a team affiliation, that's what that information is for. The team that has the most wins, seconds, and third place finishes, essentially the most podiums, ends up getting an award at the end of the year. And it's really more of a prestige thing. We call it the Geo Cup. The Geo Cup is the name of the award that we give away for the team championship at the conclusion of the season. At our award ceremony, we do our award ceremony at our last event. So you're there, we get done racing, we go inside, we cool off, and do our award ceremony, hand out the prizes, and head home for a quiet winter. Connor Zilic, purple again. Again, if you're not familiar with the terminology, if you're new, when someone is purple, that means they have set the fastest lap of this race so far. If you go green, that's your personal best lap, and when you're purple, it's the best lap overall. And Arias Dukmejian went purple last time by from third place, 37.407. Fastest lap of the race so far for Duke and anyone. Ryan Norberg not able to make any ground here. We are just over halfway. If anybody's making ground on anybody, it is Arias Dukmejian making ground on Ryan Norberg for second. Top three finishers in every class on the podium tonight. Top three finishers in every class, as well as the quick qualifier in every class on the podium tonight getting an award. And then following the podium, we'll have the money presentation and the top three overall and weekend points for the two feature races in X30 Junior, which we've already announced. Jeremy Fletcher, Paul Bocuse, and Cameron Weinberg will be receiving their checks. They'll be receiving MG tires. And the top three finishers in this class, X30 Pro, combined for both days, will be receiving an award as well. The top three finishers. $5,000 to the overall weekend winner here in X30 Pro. I would say right now, Connor Zilic is looking pretty doggone good for that award, considering he was yesterday's race winner. Just feature finishes count, because that's where the money drivers make their way. Don't care how you got here, don't care if you ran an LCQ, don't care if you won your pre-final. Feature races count. 15 complete. Zilic 3/4 of a second ahead of Norberg. Dukmejian just a kart length behind Norberg. DeTulio 3 or 4 kart lengths back. Ramirez, the same. $17 laps complete. Just 5 remain for Connor Zilic. He is obviously in the zone right now, stretching it out now to 0.8 of a second. 37.471 for Zilich last time by. That's pretty much the fastest lap on the chart for that circuit. $19. 3 to go. Connor Zilich has got it on cruise control now. I would say most of them do at this point. Two to go. Following this feature, we'll have a short break while we clean up and get the points tallied and tech completed. Then we'll have a podium presentation at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. podium presentation. Immediately following that will be the money presentation. 6 p.m. podium, top 3 finishers and quick qualifiers, all receiving an award. Everyone is invited to attend. That is inside the tech corral. Follow that up with the money presentation. You must be present to collect your money. White flag in the air, working the final lap. Here comes Connor Zilich out of the tree turn for the final time. Onto the oval. Big lead for Zilich. Double checker flags in the air. Picking up the victory at X30 Pro. Ryan Norberg gave it everything he had. He'll come home second. Arias Dukmejian right there as well. Best he could come up with was third. Alessandro Di Tullio fourth. Matias Ramirez fifth. Brandon Tyner, 6th. Brandon Jarsakrak, 7th. Hayden Jones, 8th. Braden Eves, shout out here for Braden, up 22 spots to crack the top 10. He'll finish 9th. John Burke, 10th. Luca Mars, 11th. Jace Park, 12th. Aaron Benoit, 13th. Nathaniel Cicero, 14th. Maximilian Opolsky up 19 spots to 15th. Michael Millardi up 13 to 16th. Timothy Carroll up 22 spots to finish 17th. Sutter Gobble 18th. Tyler McIntyre 19th. And Andrew Chapman rounds out the top 20 in X30 Pro. And that will do it. Time to take a deep breath and relax. Hope you all enjoyed the weekend. I hope you had as much fun being here racing as we did bringing it to you. And I hope you'll be joining us again in the end of April and the beginning of May when we head over to Newcastle Motorsports Park. Those of you who are trackside here, hope you'll join us at 6 p.m. inside the Tech Corral for the podium presentation. Those of you who are joining us along the way on the eKartingNews Radio Network, thank you very much for joining us, and let's do it all again in another couple months. Until then, I'm Tim Koyen, the announcer for USPKS, hanging alongside my main man, David Cole here, our producer who keeps me in line. Hope you enjoyed it. have a very pleasant afternoon. You've been listening to the USPKS on the eKartingNews Radio Network.
Thank you for joining us from Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. Our EKN Trackside Live coverage, audio production, and social media was managed by David Cole. Today's broadcast commentary was provided by Tim Koyen. Big thank you to our broadcast partners this weekend: AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Team Cooper Tire. This EKN Live broadcast is copyrighted by eKartingNews.com and the Howden Media Group. This is Rob Howden, and thank you for tuning in this weekend and throughout the entire 2021 season.